Unfortunately, no one can be told what the mudflood is. You have to see it for yourself.
Welcome to Mudding with BEAGS. This is episode 45. My goodness. And I got a farm update for all you farm enthusiasts, and put a little something together real quick and show you where I'm at on my chicken coop. What's up, everybody? I out working on the chicken coops today, and I thought I'd give you guys a quick update of kind of where I am. If anybody gives a damn, we're going to take a ride over there and take a look. Go check out what we got here and park the ride and see what we got. And we're getting the framing worked out, and we're getting the chicken coop kind of put together, and it's getting there. One-man crew these days, kind of doing the best I can with what I got, which is myself. But anyways, got the chickens in there. I don't know if you can see them. Hey chickens! Hey guineas! You guineas are mean. We're gonna work that out. Rooster up there hanging out. Anyways, got it so I can, let's see, we can go in, look in the coop. So anyways, we got eggs in the laying tray, and we're doing pretty good, and we're getting there a little bit at a time. Anyways, that's your update, farm update. Alrighty, so how you doing, GT 1982 Mustang and Andrea D, Three Fingers? Hey Frankie, New West Reset. What's up, Maggot? Hope everybody's doing well today. I've been out working today and just working on the chicken coop, and I got a long ways to go, but I am getting there. I'm building that thing by myself, so it's and I'm working on a bunch of other projects at the same time, so I'm tinkering on it more or less. But every now and then I get a little bit ahead and get more done. So I don't know. It's this job's become a lot more than I originally signed on for, and that's a good thing. So I did have there was a second guy on the farm, and he has been sent to Siberia for basically not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I have been, I guess, put in charge of that area, the farm. So anyways, that we sent the other Joey to Siberia. So it's a one-man show now. So anyways, we'll see how that works. But I hope everybody's doing well tonight, and we're gonna go mudding. So I hope you guys have a good time and enjoy talking in the chats. And I'm just going to go look at images, and y'all just have a good time. Make sure we're full screen. I do believe we are. Let me wait for it to get up. This is 1865 Charleston. Nope, not full screen. Sorry, folks. There we go. Okay. 1865 Charleston Orphan Asylum, 160 Calhoun Street, used as a hospital for wounded during the Civil War. And we have Tartarian griffins here at the lights on these gas lights. Looks like this one was shot off. Interesting wheel contraption. Not sure what's going on there. Some interesting lights there. Some windows busted out. Something happened here. Torse fields. A lot of windows broken out. It's interesting. And this is an orphan home. Wind catcher. Architectural urns. Looks like some have been knocked off. Something happened here. I don't know what. Looks like a figure holding. There's a child here and a some adult figure here. That's kind of interesting. You don't normally see stuff like that. Some sort of statue there. A black Union soldier. That would have been the North if you're not from the Americas. This is an interesting gate here. This I've not seen this style before. That's interesting. Oh, that's a cool roof. An ether finial up here. Alrighty. Thanks, Maggot. Bear in mind that I haven't painted it yet. I've caulked part of it, but I haven't painted it yet, and it's kind of halfway in between what it's going to be at this point. So there's a long ways to go to get it to where it's going to be looking good. So that chicken coop's going to look a lot different. I just kind of wanted to show you kind of where I was, because it's been a while since I've shown you guys an update. These contraptions right here. Oh, this is 1890s, the French Quarter, New Orleans carbon arc lamp. And what these were, these bulbs had to be changed quite often. And so they would put them on these contraptions right here that they could pull a rope or something, and it would lower this so they could change the bulb. Made it easier. Buffalo Soldier. Yep. Boss man took me to lunch today. That was awful nice of him. And I got Florida Lees, it looks like there. Look at the stone that's in this road right here. That's wild. How in the world did they see the track is below that? I don't know. That's kind of weird right there. Oh, don't get started on the melted road, people. Now, come on. To make a claim like that, you got to get on the ground and do some actual digging, something. You can't make a claim like that. Diamond symbology, like an infinity symbol, kind of. It's not really, but it kind of reminds me of that. The wrought iron in New Orleans is really cool. I have tons of it. Look at these little fellas right here. Aren't they cute? Just hanging out. Look at this big monstrosity back here. 1890. Let's see. And we got 1904 Hotel Lincoln, Pittsburgh. And we've got a cobblestone brick road. No, not melted. Sorry. Barnum and Bailey. I used to go to the Barnum and Bailey circus every year, and every year I get a little flashlight, one of these jobs that you like, I don't know, twist your hand, and they would turn around like a look like a police light or a siren light, you know. And one year I'd get red, and the next year I'd get blue, and I'd alternate. I always got red and then blue, red and then blue. Like it, always got a different color, but I always got one of those lights. I just thought they were so cool. And then I grew up and realized that was stupid. But that's the way it goes, ain't it? Look at they're climbing. What is that right there? Elephant? Well, that'll give you nightmares. That'll give you nightmares too. Weirdo. They've changed the brick here, it looks like. Look at that pipe added right there. Now that's an addition. That's the kind of crazy stuff they did to add the pipe. If I get time, I'd like to go in to talk a little bit more about this pipe. I was talking about yesterday with Fart Knocker, and I want to talk some more about it because I did some more digging last night and thinking about it. So I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to dig out this idea of the iron pipe thing. Anyways, got an ether antenna, lead pipe, iron pipe. We'll get to it. These designs on the keystones here. That's some fancy wrought iron. That right there kind of looks like pavement like. Not sure if it is though. Mudflood winders. Creepy dude in the winder. More added pipe here. Just so you know, this kind of pipe is what I'm talking about, but it's also not what I'm talking about. It's this style here. This is actually what's referred to as like a galvanized iron pipe. And this is actually what I was thinking of, not I always called this lead pipe, but it's now that I'm doing some digging into it, this isn't actually lead pipe. I don't know. I'm still working on this idea. It's a weird idea. Sometimes these ideas come and you kind of have to work through them, and sometimes you find that they're just stupid, and sometimes you find that they lead you somewhere else completely different, and sometimes you find out that you're dead on, and I'm just working it out. There's an arc light. See, it's got that contraption that lowers it. It's got a kind of a fish scaled winder there. There's something going on right there. I wonder if there's a mudflood drop in right there, a stair right there. I'm wondering if there's pavement light right there too. Oh, ether lights, mudflood winders. I think this is one of those ornate downspouts. But I think we added the downspouts. I think that was later. Check out this building back in the background here. Arc light there. Okay. Got 1907 Congress Street, North Side, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. New Hampshire, however you say it. A weird cable bundle there. Got a little bit of cobblestone brick road that's not melted there. Can't believe I actually have to say those words. It's like regurgitating puke or something out of your mouth every time you say it, but you got to say it now because you got to preface a damn road because some idiot out there has tried to claim it's a damn melted road. We have ether antennas. Oh, this right here, the back end with the ears, that's Fred. Now, Fred is the horse that built America, in case you're unaware and uninformed. There's got a double penis cat boss man, and there is boss man right there. Ladies in uniform. Upside down cannons for, whatever reason. This is ventilation into the underground right here, and 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 here. Now, if you ever notice in the old storefronts in the downtown areas, you'll see these windows where these big windows that had these displays, and they were raised up. And I used to not think about it. I thought it was just a way of they raised it up to bring the displays up. That's a trick of the eye, you guys. What they did was they needed a way to get ventilation and sometimes light. This one looks like it was doing both into the underground. And so what they would do is they would build a box here and then create a display on top of it. And then it would allow them to ventilate into the underground right through here. So if you cracked open the bottom of this display, you'd be looking down in the basement, is what I'm saying. So it's a trick of the eye. But today, when you go downtown, usually all you see is like a ventilation cover. But back in the day, you would have actually had a lot, stuff like prism glass and sometimes pavement light. You'd have windows, you'd have vents, all kind of big, these graded vents like this. So a big difference, diamond symbology. Half of a flat earth asterisk in a way. Keystone. Those are interesting. This is a coin. Check that out right there. Taurus field. Da, da, da. And yeah, exactly. GT, ventilation to underground is key to mud flood evidence. Yes, anything at this point, I consider this the knife wound. This point right here, this line right here, if you're investigating a stabbing victim's murder, right, you're going to investigate where the knife entered the body. Okay, now where the mud met the architecture, the line that we have, the entrance, the meeting point of the architecture in the mud is this line right here. So I pay really close attention to that line right there on everything I look at. I'm like, that's the first thing I zone into when I'm thinking about, this stuff. I look at, got mansard roof. I look into that because some of the best evidence is right there. Portholes here, right there. Now that is a good looking pair of awnings right there. Mm-hmm. And look at that awning. I mean, it really drapes over and covers up some stuff. That's good. See that one right there? See how well that covers over everything? You don't get to see anything good. That's just doing its job. And we got 1907 Country Bridge and Tennessee River, Chattanooga, the Walnut Street Bridge. And I'm just interested in, how this is beautiful, constructed stone bridge. Now, we may have come in and built the bridge across here. That's very possible because this looks kind of like our crap to me. But I got a sinking suspicion about this right here. That's kind of interesting right there. That big old house back in the background. Kind of looks like that building right there is in the mud, don't it? I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. Kind of does look like it's in the mud, though. We got 1909, the Berkeley Saranac Lake, Adirondack Mountains, New York. And we got Fred right here. Fred is, the horse that built America. And that lady's a kook. And we have a lady in uniform. Everybody just kind of hanging out. The grill. Arc light. Wind catcher, maybe. At their fencing and at their finials. Probably part of the wind catchers here. At their finials right there. Wind catcher. Alrighty. And I have to point out this electrical pole here, that is the quality that we are capable of. Installation of electrical poles. What's up, Dr. Detroit, Oregon? How you doing? Baby Mitchie, what's up? And 1924, probably the smallest plane in the world, built by Edmund Allen of Washington. And he's a little plane. Yep, I'm not getting in that. Sorry. I think I would exceed the weight capacity of that thing. Just saying. I don't see much else weird in that photograph. January 1925, Washington, D.C., Wardman Motor Company and Carlton Garage. Okie dokie. And we're digging a hole in the middle of the street for unknown reasons. And we got Mudflood window here. Diamond symbology. Porthole vent. Tartarian lion. There's another lion. Phoenician wave right there. Come and see the world's oldest, lowest priced 4-door all steel sedan. Okie dokie. Mudflood windows over here. The detail right there in there. Look at the brickwork right there. What do you think of that, Maggot? That's quality. Look at that right there. So excessive. Ether finial. Arched windows. Scrub cartouches. Some details up here. All right. Got April 1937, the Posey Building of Shawneetown, Illinois, in which Abraham Lincoln something. I don't know. I can't read the rest of it. And what do we got? Check that dude out. Look at that building. That's been through hell. You got a door to nowhere. I see that quite often. I guess they're just, it's a way of them, getting stuff up. I mean, they do have the pulley here, but I don't know. It's just a very odd. I guess they did, when you didn't have elevators. Of course, then again, they did have elevators. I think elevators are old world too. I don't know. They do this, and it's just strange to me. I don't know. A different world. That's a cool car. It's like those stairs were added right there. Old gas pump. All right. April 1941, candy stand run by Negroes, Southside Chicago. Got him a little business going. He's got a cool face, doesn't he? He looks like he could be in the movies. Thing of beauty is a joy forever. There's no place like home. We got Mudflood windows over here. Torres Field. The Mudflood window back there. And back there, kind of hard to see, but it's there. A little youngin' over here. All righty. We got April 1941. Seen in the Negro section of Chicago. Why do they have to say it like that's so stupid? I don't know. Is how it's labeled. What does that say? I can't read it. Artie Dean DEANL PNRDY. I don't know. It's weird. I guess they don't have any water in the fire hydrant. Check out that Mudflood window right there. Interesting. There's another one peeking back there. Arched windows. I don't know what these little slits are right here. I don't know if they're slits or if they're just, I don't know what that is. See, there's these little things right here. Hard to tell. That one's been reworked right there and there and there. Those have been redone for some reason. Check that thing out. That's just straight up somebody wanted to put a window in a wall there too. Man, this is low income, big time. Wow. Got her tying the brick in there. It's got a coin on it, actually. Wow. With a fancier facade on the front. That's interesting. Birmingham, Alabama, 1906. The title guarantee land and trust building. Hello, Tommy Rogers and Disciple of Messiah 1. And Fred is right here if you're looking for Fred. And there's an arched doorway. At their antennas. Arc light. Kind of techie up top there. Arched windows. Oh, that's a good looking awning. Oh, let's just admire that for a minute. Thank you. At their antenna. Wrought iron fencing. They got rid of all this during the wars. Oh, for the war effort. Yeah, huh. Okay. I think it was more of a reason they got rid of that stuff. Arched window. Fancy details going up that building, whatever that is. Stoneball Finials. Alabama Engraving Company. Torres Field. Fancy, like stained glass kind of thing. Prism light right there. There's a Mudflood drop in right there. Ventilation underground right there. Keystones. At their antenna. Possibly Vanilla Sky, but it's hard to tell. Hard to tell. Can't really give a determination on that one. Hello, May, Mr. Bryce. How you doing? And let's see. We got Boston, Mass. Tremont Street between 1890 and 1910. Big old dome. Portholes. Arched windows. Reminds me of a cyclorama. I don't know. Big arches here. Torres fields. At their antenna there. There's Fred right there. In case you're wondering. This is down to the subway. There's pavement light right there. Flat Earth asterisks. There's another shot of Fred there. There's pavement light right there and right there. Oh, that's a pretty awning right there. Now, that's a good looking awning. Yep. Oh, and a droopy saggy one. I love the droopy saggy ones right there. And that's a good looking droopy saggy awning. Oh, no, that one's better. Oh, my goodness, with prism lights behind it. Oh, my goodness. You know I love a good awning. Let's see. At their finial and fencing up here. Scrub cartouches. Arched windows. At their antenna there, and there. And there, and there, and there. At their finial there. Onion dome thing there. A lot going on in that picture. There's a clock. Clocks are expensive. At their finial. Okay, that's about enough of that. Broadway looking south from Saratoga, New York. And Pink Cat Boss Man, ladies in uniform. Boss Man. And we got a underground barbershop right here. Get your hair cut. Got windows under the porch, so there's something going on under there. Diamond symbology. Notice the size of this porch. That thing is, I don't know, 30 feet tall. Kind of large for a porch. Check out that light. That's crazy looking. Some more right here. Those are really cool. Check out that gas light. Check this dude out. She looks kind of out of place. I mean, these are really the upscale son bitches right here. I wonder if she's like a servant or something. Because they were, I don't know, they kind of kept to themselves, these people. They kept the servants in the back kind of a thing. I remember an old family house back up in Tennessee when I was little, when we went there, and they were saying that there was a back stairway. And I asked what the back stairway, why is there a back stairway? And it was really tiny. It was small. And they said that was for the servants because a long time ago they had slaves. So that was a long, long time ago. It was a really old house. Johnson City, Tennessee. There's Fred hanging out, doing what Fred does. It's a busy place. Okay. Broughton West from Bull, Savannah, Georgia, between 1900 and 1915. Got a little bit of cobblestone brick road right there. There's some horse poo for you horse poo watchers. Why you do that, I don't know. Boss man. Clocks are expensive with 4 ones for you Mandela affected. At their antennas, architectural urns. There's Fred being horse that built America. My boy is riding him a bike. He is comfy. Knights, drugs. Okay. At their antennas. Hopefully drop in right there. It's like a Phoenician lady with a shell on her head. Arc light. Stop. I don't want to stop. Laurel leaf of control. Mr. Cover It Up. Painting man. There's some ventilation underground right there. Miller learning. God, I can't say that word. This is where the ladies would go and get their hats made. This was the my understanding that the women's like the men went to the tailor, from my understanding, and the women went to the millinery. I can never say that word. Anyways, you get the point. The hub. All right. Look at these lights right here. Those are cool. But those were expensive. Burlington, Vermont, 1911, Church Street, north from College Street. Got a lady in uniform. Baby's just walking around the street, because that's normal. That's a good looking awning right there with that arch covering up that arch. We don't like that arch. I'd rather see these awnings up, down, whatever, saggy. Not saggy, it don't matter. Love a good awning. Let's see. Clocks are expensive. There's Fred, in case you need to know where he is. Arc light. Cross the Lorraine. Get your biscuits. Let's see. Clocks are expensive. Arched windows. At their finial up here. And we got Cambridge, Massachusetts, 1911. The Gold Coast dormitories of wealthy something or others. Brats. Whatever. Non-melted cobblestone brick road. Mudflood windows. Interesting wrought iron right there. Looks like Tartarian lines right there. Tartarian line right there. Beautiful wrought iron right there. Mudflood winters across the bottom. Taurus field. Ladder lean for Douglas. Mudflood windows all across the bottom. Stoneball finials up there. Pyramid symbology right there. There's Fred right there. Mudflood windows. At their finial. That's an interesting contraption. Portholes. Diamond symbology. Babies in the Road. Wicked Witch of the West. At their antenna, arc light. And we got a muddy, poopy road. And Charleston, South Carolina, 1905, Hotel St. John Mills House on Meeting Street. And there's Fred, hanging out, doing what Fred does. And we got something going on right at the base of the building here. Something with ventilation right there. Looks like grates to me, but it's hard to tell. Probably grates. I don't think it's pavement light, but look at the wrought iron work. Cobblestone brick road that's not melted. Arc light. That's about it. 1900 Colonial Hotel Cleveland, home to the Colonial Arcade. I've got Fred down here hanging out on this cobblestone brick road. This, well, not melted. And I'm trying to figure out where this is actually. Could be a coal hole cover right there. A weird decoration. Torus fields. Portholes across the top at their antenna. They're there. Portholes. There's at their antenna right there in the center, top of the building, because we're, I guess, standing on a building. Outcrop door, we would have added that to make the door smaller so they didn't have to let in so much air. Oh, walk through our store to Illicit Avenue, and Illicit Avenue would have been the big the fancy road. It's where all the wealthy lived. Rockefeller lived on that road. Prism glass, suffragette lady, I guess. Maybe. Let's see. Mansard roof. Okay. And there's a train for Frankie. Frankie likes him a train. Circa 1900, LR and HSW Railroad Depot, Hot Springs, Arkansas. And we got Fred over here in the background waiting to do some train business. And we got us a train. Frankie likes a train, so we always try to show Frankie a train if possible. When and if possible, we break out the train. Venetian shell. A weird top. That's about the gist of that one. 1900 Michigan Central Station, Ann Arbor, Michigan. So there's another train depot. Ann Arbor. It's weird writing for that time. I don't know. That's kind of strange. It looks like they had ivy all over it and they killed it or something. Big arch windows. There's Fred back there in the background. Surfajet. Yeah. That's a good one. These are cool windows. Those are neat. Little mini arches. Anyway. And we got at the antenna there. Got a ye old ladder lean. I don't know who said that. That was funny though. I'm sorry. I kept chuckling about this today. Yesterday there was somebody in the chat that they said I came here to defend ancient Historia because I guess they thought I was gonna talk shit. That cracked me up. I kept chuckling about that today though. that really made me laugh. Circa 1900. We actually talk about these things before we do them, and it's just like, you want to do what? Okay, why not? And we do these just stupid. I don't know. It's just kind of our thing, I guess. Circa 1900, Tremont Temple, Boston, Baptist Church and Auditorium. Ye old, fancy dancy, wrinkly, window cover. Phoenician shell up on the ether fencing, ether finials and ether fencing. Tartarian lions, Phoenician shells, Phoenician shell, porthole torus fields. At their antenna with a flag. I can't see what's going on there too good. Arched windows, portholes, diamond symbology. Scrubbed cartouche. Kind of that weird symbol. This is such a weird building. I've always thought this building was very strange. Torus field. Those are some pretty wrinkly ass awnings. I love a pretty wrinkled awning. And we got pavement light all in front of here. There's Fred. It's all pavement light. That whole sidewalk is pavement light, except for just the last 1.5 feet to 2 feet right here. All of that is pavement light. You can see it best right here. And it's in 3 squares coming off the building. Pavement light all the way down. Got swastikas right here on the side of the building. Swastika is a very important symbol. Very, very important symbol. There's that weird cartouche right there, I think. Tremont Temple. Laurel leaf for control. Clocks are expensive. Got statuettes right here. Portholes. More portholes. Ether finials. Another statue. Ether finial. And got circa 1904 Virginia Avenue, Atlantic City, New Jersey. And there's Fred right there, in case you want to know where he is. He's right there. And we got the Jefferson. Diamond symbology. Ether finials. The Southern. That's weird. Wiltshire. Arc lights. Hitching post. Ponce de Leon. At their antenna. At their antennas. At their finials. Buffet. I really think we need to outlaw buffets. I love a buffet. Now, don't get me wrong. You put me in front of a buffet, it's freaking well. Okay, I can about only eat one plate now, but when I was young, I could eat 4 plates plus dessert and snacks in between. But now 1 plate. But so I do love a good buffet. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I think they should be outlawed, banned, and made illegal. I really do. At their finial. I think the only kind of buffet we should have is where everybody buys something different and you share. Kind of like a Lazy Suzanne deal. Cleveland, circa 1900, Superior Avenue at City Square. At right, brand new. Can't read it. Anyways, that's Cleveland. Now we're going to go a little bit more in detail on this one because I've found something interesting here. Anyways, a cannon that's not a cannon. On the opposite side of this, there's an obelisk to the right here. This is the base. This is what's called Public Square. And there's a star fort. See these little symbols here? There's a star fort on the other side of this obelisk in the grass. There's Fred. Fred's Horse Build America. Got mud flood drop-ins all the way across the front of the building here. Whole thing's mud flooded. This is Lucid Avenue right here. This is the beginning of Lucid Avenue. This is where all the big mansions were in Cleveland. They're mostly gone now. I need to do more digging on Cleveland because I took a stab at it one time when I was just starting out, and there was so many things I didn't get to do with it. I really should keep going with it because it really is a fascinating city. At their fencing and finial. Yep. Tartarian lions. Oh, I love good awnings. Tourist fields. That smokestack we added to the side of the building there. Got a flag on this as our antenna. Arched windows. Pyramid symbology at their antennas. Arched window. Big old steeple. It's like a 3 the 3 third rail trolley and it's either conduit electrical or a cable system, and I don't know which they had. But when you see 3 what looks like tracks, the middle one is actually it would have a contraption that dropped out of the bottom here, and it would either be an electrical conduit that would juice it from the bottom, or it would be a cable system like they have an actual cable, what's called a cable car, like they have still today in San Francisco. Now, what I want to pay attention to here for a minute is this right here, this building right here. Okay. Now let's look at, you got this nice, cool building right here. I don't know what building that is, but it's gone now. I need to look more into this and find out what this is. Now, this building right here, when I was looking at this picture, I found this picture the other day, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? I was like, something's off here, and I could not figure out what was wrong because I've done a lot of looking into Cleveland, okay, and this area I had gone building by building and looked at, okay. And I knew exactly where this picture was taken when I looked at it. I didn't have to look it up on a map. I didn't have to look it up on Google Earth. I knew exactly what direction this was pointed. I knew Superior Avenue. I knew Elucid was here. I knew the obelisk was here. I knew exactly where I was. But what I didn't understand was what the fuck this was. Why the fuck was that there? And the reason is that this is what I know as being there. Now, this is a little bit of a different angle, okay? But the picture that we're just looking at was taken from about in here. Okay, here's the obelisk. Here's the building on the right. Okay, this is taken in 1911, this photograph. It's the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, otherwise known as obelisk. This was originally the post office. It's now like a federal building or something. Okay, you got eagles representing Phoenix. Okay, this is a big, massive, what we call Tartarian style building. It's a beaut. It's a real gem. Flat Earth asterisks. It's got Mudflood drop-ins all the way around. Okay, there's a dip right here that you would drive down and drive into the basement. Right here, okay? Now, this is what's there today. So, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? Because look, you got Mudflood windows. Okay, here's the thing. You might have heard me talk about this before, is what I call anomalies. This is what I'm talking about. Where I have two buildings on the same exact real estate. And I believe they're both Mudflood buildings. I believe they are both what we call Old World. I believe that they were both there at different points in our simulation. Okay. This was originally the federal building that was built in like 1858 or something. Okay. And this one was built in 1903 or 6, something like that. And I think in 1943 that they changed what we call the matrix. They changed the simulation somehow. And I think both of these buildings were on this spot, but they were both Old World. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but this is what I'm talking about. Okay. There is no question this building is, I mean, it has every element. I'm not even like, matter of fact, let me hold bear with me a second. Let me go find my folder of that building because I should share the whole folder. Let me do that. And give you even a better idea. I really need to go back and redo Cleveland. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll show you what I have. This is what these are the images that I pulled up when I originally did I did a video. It's no longer available. I don't think I have it on the internet anymore. I took it. I had so many problems with it, with copyrights, that it went through so many evolutions that I just finally just got frustrated with it. It started off as a Christmas episode that I was going to do, and it blossomed into this tour of Cleveland. It started off looking at the movie A Christmas Story from a Mudflood perspective, and it went nuts. But anyways, these are the images that I had in the original film video that I made. This is it. I don't have a date on it. Let me see. Okay, now these are pulled just off of Google Earth. Okay, it's got fasces, a fascist wrap, flat Earth asterisk with copper, old ether lights, like the Phoenician heads. Look at this statues. Phoenician lady, fasces, torch fields. You got the eagle up here. These arrows are pointing down to Mudflood windows and doors. I mean, this thing is I did not know there was a building on this site until last night. Okay, so I'm like, literally, I find this picture and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? So I mean, and there's that building that was in the behind the building we were looking at originally. This is there now, and then there's another building I think behind that. But anyways, that's another story. But this is another one that's the same thing. This is another anomaly building right behind that. But one thing at a time. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm talking about when I say anomaly. Okay, I want you to understand real clearly. This is what I'm talking about. This is an exact model for what I'm talking about. See, this is the other building. I can't remember if this is either the Federal Reserve. I can't remember which building this is. The Federal Reserve is either this building or the next building over to the right, but I can't remember which. But this building thing, this is an anomaly building too. This was not here in that first photograph we looked at. And look at the Mudflood windows right here. And you have the same thing over here, but they put the guards in here. Look at the Mudflood windows right here. Okay. Old ether lights, Mudflood windows. I mean, it's just, it's amazing. This is that drop in where you can drive down and drive in. This is the other side of it. This is looking the opposite way. You see that opening there? This is the driveway that goes down to the basement. It's kind of, you see, it's a driveway. We have flat earth asterisks. You see, that's looking down the side there. This is looking down onto the building. You can see this building right here was not here in that original picture either. So this building and this building are anomaly buildings to me. And I find this quite often. This is on the top, Tartarian lions. Helmet, man, headless knight. I don't know what you call that, dude. That's the name of the building. Howard M. Metzenbaum United States Courthouse is what it is today. But it was, I think it might have been a courthouse and post office, but it was the post office. And this is something we need to look into, right? Where is it? Night, no. Where is it? There's a shoot. I don't even know if it's on this page. In 1903, there was a project that they were going to redo downtown Cleveland. I don't know. I need to look into it. There's good grief. There's so much to do here. I mean, look at this thing. Are you serious? I mean, this is everything we're like looking at, and you know, I think that's old world. I really do. I know it. I know the date clearly states that it was built in 1903 or 6. Let's see. What did it say? It said, I know it says it somewhere. I think it was built in 1903. Oh, between 1903 and 1910. Okay. Clearly states it was built at that time period. And we clearly have a building that was there at a different time period. Look at that drop in right there. This is that other anomaly building. Check this out. Glass roof. So anyways, that's going back. This is what was there originally. Now, granted, it's not nearly as nice, but it has the key elements: mud flood arches, stone, arched windows. Okay, it might not be the fanciest building in the world, and granted, we're looking at the side of the building. This is the front. What's the front look like? It looks like we've got columns and torus fields. You know, it may have more detail. I don't know. And then look at the building right here. Honestly, I don't even know what the hell that is. I've got to figure out that. I didn't even get past that. I had to go to bed. I was freaking out. I had to go. I found this late last night. So I gave up. I gave up last night. So I got this building to find, whatever the hell this is. I don't even know what that is. So that's where I'm at. Welcome to my life. Okay, we got Detroit 1918 Belle Isle from the Dime Savings Bank. Check out all these windows up here. Look at all those awnings. Boy, there's some good looking awnings. Oh, where am I? Buttons aren't toys. Arched windows over here. Flat earth asterisks. That's a porthole. Smokestacks that aren't smokestacks are now. Wind catcher. Got some statues up here. Finial. You got the techie bits. Fill the flag. Oh yeah. It amazes me that every time like they want us to donate money for whatever cause, okay? Yet if they need money, the assholes that are in charge, they just print free money. So why don't, like, anytime we need some fucking money, they just fucking print it? Why do we have to donate our hard-earned money that we scrape and, scrounge for, and they can just print free money? Why don't that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the next time they say, please donate to help relieve such and such whatever for whatever disaster, please give to this fund. I think we should all say, why don't you print some fucking money, assholes? Why don't you do that? Figure out how much money the people need and print it. Let's I mean, damn. Poor hole. arch windows. Looks like could be pavement glass right there and there. Might be pavement glass there, maybe. Maybe there too. It's really hard to tell. And there's Fred right there. Fred brought in all this brick. That's what he does. He gets it done. I'm still showing the photo. Which photo? What am I doing here? Oh, that photo. Well, I don't want to show that photo, Frankie. You know this. Oh, did I stop? Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I thought it switched over. Is this where I started? Yeah. Okay. Well, at least I only did one photo. I really need to get another screen. I got to quit saying it and do it. My problem is it's a thing of my up and down. Is if I had it side to side, it'd be a lot easier. But I got to actually change my focus to look down at the damn screen on the bottom. I don't know. It's an eye fuck. Excuse my French. Check out this. This is Detroit 1918 Belle from Dime Savings Bank. Since how y'all weren't caught up yet. Picture froze, bro. It ain't froze. It's moving. I see it now. Mister, it's fixed. I know it's fixed because I fucked up. It ain't easy being cheesy. I think there might be some pavement light right in this area here, but it's hard to tell. I can't confirm nor deny. And there's Fred right there in case you need to see Fred. That's what Fred does. Let's see. Oh, you missed all these pretty awnings. There you go. Let me give you a good look at them. Good look at them. Flatter asterisk porthole. Arched window. More arched windows back here. That's the courthouse. Wind catcher. Got some fancy business up here. Mudflood windows. There's a that's weird. There's a moon tower right here somewhere, but I don't see it. I don't know where it is. That's kind of odd. 1918. I wonder if they took them down by then. I don't know. Because they did take them down. Techie bits up here on top of this building. Anyways, this is what I was talking about the donations. My little mini rant. I'm just saying, why do we have to donate when the elite can just print money? The elite ask us to donate to help these disaster areas and or whatever. Okay, donate. Like patriotic fund. What? Just print the damn money. Like what? Like when they were selling war bonds. Why do we need to buy war bonds? Why don't you just print some damn money? That's what you're going to do anyways. You want money? Print it. Detroit, Michigan, 1912 Hotel Pontchartrain. That's a big old hotel. Got ladies in uniform. Got boss man right here. Got a people scooper on the front of this one. Pinscast boss man. Some kind of official narrative stuff here. Eagle representing the Phoenix. Oh, I forgot I have not seen it, but I am told we have a bald eagle living around the farm now. Now I've seen what they say is it, but I couldn't see, it was too far away when I saw it, so I don't know. But if I see it, I'm gonna try to get a picture of it. Famous onyx paints. All right. Arch doorways and windows, flat earth asterisks. Got a Mudflood window right there. Big old arches. Little pyramid symbology. There's Fred right there. Looks like he's bringing in a load of coal. Got some techie bits up here at their antennas. And flat earth asterisks on those portholes right there. There's more portholes. Okie dokie. Havana, Cuba, 1904. Harbor and Mule Lutz Light Pier. There's a shipwreck, they say. What if that's the main? To be sure not. I don't know. Could be. I don't know. There's Fred. And they got cobblestone brick road too that's not melted. That's amazing. Look at that finial right there. Look at that light. It's crazy looking. Big arches. Who was funding all this building? Yeah. I really could not begin to. I mean, seriously, who was funding it? I mean, I don't think they did fund it. I think they stole it and then said they built it, and there was never any question of who funded it. Arc light, people scooper. I don't know what that thing is right there. Okie dokie. 1943, Chicago, Illinois, waiting for trains in the concourse of Union Station. And we have pavement light on the ground floor here, allowing light to the underground. And there's more pavement light over here. So I thought that was interesting. Streetcars this way. That's a tall dude. You got Jas K. Stewart's Postcard Shop, Cincinnati, Ohio, between 1890 and 1910. And these photographs that were taken by the Detroit Photographic Company, what they would do is they would have, they would turn them into, a lot of times, into postcards. And postcard shops were very popular. And they would sell these images on postcards. And this is a postcard shop. So kind of cool. When I was little, I do remember that postcards were still pretty popular. It was, kind of a popular thing to send a postcard home. That was still kind of a thing. But I don't know. Gone very out of fashion. Lift bridge raised and Superior Avenue Viaduct. Swing bridge at left. And this is in Cleveland. And this right here connects to a viaduct. And the viaduct is right here. And if you've been around long enough, you realize that I believe that Cleveland is a viaduct city. Big arched doorways here and windows. More arches back here. Pyramid symbology. Smokestacks aren't smokestacks. Big old bits back there. The Phoenix Ice Machine Company. That's a sketchy looking contraption. I'm sure I'd trust that. 1942 Denver, Colorado. Got non-melted cobblestone brick road right there, in case you need that. California building, arched doorway. Got ventilation underground right there. It looks like there might have been pavement light here at one point, but it's in here. It's hard to tell though. It's got that look of repair where they've taken the pavement light out and changed it to sidewalk. Mobile, Alabama, circa 1906, Cotton Exchange. There's Fred. Arched doorways. Big ass door. Good looking awnings. Some good looking awnings there, I tell you. At their finial. Architectural urn. Coin. Stonewall finial. Porthole. Check her out. Hello. At their fencing, at their finial, Stonewall finial, at their antenna, porthole, crown, Tours Fields, arc light, at their finials. Some kind of critter's head. New York, circa 1903, New York Times building under construction. This is the building that they dropped the ball from on New Year's Eve. In construction, supposedly. I think this is debatable, but I don't know. Coal hole covers across the bottom here at their lights. Right, more coal hole covers there. At their antennas. Let's go up the building here, see if you see anything. Got at their finial up there. You can see the steel framework. I think this building is very suspect. It is on my suspect list. To let. Times Building will be ready to occupy 1904. Stores, offices, booths. Very sketchy looking underground area here. The Globe. Already selling it, aren't they? At their antenna. There's Fred. Doo-doo-doo. Vans. To let. That word is so weird. I don't know why. It's weird to me. At their antenna. Pabst Blue Ribbon. And that's weird. It's got a wine bottle. I wonder why. That's odd. Was Pabst Blue Ribbon a wine at one point? Am I missing something? Because I used to make beer bread with Pabst Blue Ribbon. Makes really good beer bread because it's so sweet, such a sweet beer. Or Milwaukee's Best works really good too. You need a sweet beer, a watery sweet beer. Of course, we should give a standing ovation to the geniuses at Bud Light. They have outdone themselves this time. Sheer fucking genius there. Jesus. Something's wrong in our world, I tell you that right now. We're on the edge of collapse when we're doing things like that. New York, 1903, the Flatiron Building. I'm going to make this real simple, y'all. I want you to, in your minds, imagine yourself as a child, okay? Now, imagine yourself that you're, naked as a child. Now, imagine yourself as a child naked and look down at your genitalia. What do you got? That's the gender you are. Period. Get the fuck over it. Moving on. And we got a horse, and that is Fred. There's Poop Scooper Man. It's a very suspect looking picture. This is the Flatiron Building. And the Flatiron Building and the Times Building get confused a lot. So just in your research, think about that because and I'll tell you why this happens. This happens in our research. This happens because the Times Building and the Flatiron Building were mislabeled in on certain websites and in I think maybe even in the Library of Congress they were the pictures were mislabeled. And because people didn't do their research, it confused them. And I've seen it get a few people throughout my time doing this. So be aware in your research that the Flatiron Building and the New York Times Building are different buildings. That's the Times Building. This is the one that has the big screen on it today in Times Square. And this is the Flatiron Building. And it has a rounded front. Two different buildings, two different locations, built at two different times. So make sure you understand that. Because it can trip you up. I have literally seen people make videos and confusing the two and getting all worked up. At their antennas here. But this is the Flatiron Building. And they said that when they built this building, they were afraid it would fall over because it's shaped like a, it's in a triangle shape, and people thought it would fall over. I can't remember if they covered these up at one time, and I don't know. They might have uncovered them at this point. I don't know. At their antenna. Portholes, dome at their antennas, all up on top here. Hello, Cherry. How you doing? Hadn't seen you in a while. We got clocks are expensive. Ventilation right here, probably for the subway. And there's pavement light right here. There's a coin at their antenna. All right. New York, 1905, Dreamland Park at night, Coney Island. And we're all lit up here. Got the boats from that boat shoot ride thing. Arches. This is all lit up with knob and tube wiring. And the reason I point that out is because some researchers actually at one point were claiming that this is lit up with Antiquitech lights. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not using free energy in some way, shape, or form, but they are damn sure not Antiquitech lights. They are knob and tube wiring, and I've proved that extensively. Lion sitting on stoneball finial. These finials are cool, these stoneball finials here. At their antenna. Scrubbed cartouches. Tartarian lions. Phoenician boats. Or ships. Phoenician ladies. Eagles representing phoenixes. This is all knob and tube wiring. You can kind of see the incandescent lights right here because they're a little more defined. But I have actual close-up pictures of this, and you can see the actual wiring and the incandescent lights. And you got the eagle on the ball representing the phoenix up there. And see, there's the knob and tube wiring right there. Incandescent light, knob and tube wiring. Okay. Real simple. Okay. It's a fucking light bulb. Okay. And I know, and it's annoying that I have to point stuff like that out, but there's bad researchers out there that actually will make claims that this is Antiquitech. Look, it's Antiquitech lighting. And they're just sensationalizing our research to get fucking clicks. That's a flat earth asterisk right there. It's hard to tell, but it is. I'm not here for clicks. And there's Fred right there, in case you need Fred. He's always there. New York, circa 1905, Washington Irving's home, Irving Place and East 17th Street. Got Mudflood windows across the bottom. Ivy growing all over it. Coin. I think fire hydrants are old world. Portholes. Got something going on here with all that wrought iron right there. There's a good looking awnings. There's Fred right there. We got New York 1906, 14th Street store. 6th Avenue's busy corner. Okay. Phoenician shell at their antenna. Taurus fields. Unscrubbed cartouche. at their fencing. Scrub cartouche. Pavement light there, pavement light there. At their fencing, at their finial. More at their fencing and finials. More over here and here and here. Got the L train. Got homeboy working on the roof here. That's really crappy roof right there. Very low quality. At their finial. Outcropping something, some kind of almost like a building. Big ass archways, tourist fields. Arches. At their antenna. Looks like it's been vanilla skied. Pyramid symbology at their antenna. Architectural urn. Dookie there. Oh, there's Fred right there, in case you need him. Wind catcher windows right here with prism glass in them. In New York, 1908, Trinity Church and skyscrapers. This is near the area where near Ground Zero, and Trinity Church is, if you know your 9/11 history, that this is the church where they were posting the photographs of the missing loved ones on the fence of this church. So that tells you how close it is. Whoa. Got at their finials right here. Let's see, at their antenna, Phoenician shells, portholes. I think these are Phoenician ladies there. At their antenna, wind catcher, at their finial. There's some techie business there. Portholes up here at their antenna, dome. All these techie bits on here. Pyramid symbology right here. At their antenna. There's a porthole right there. Okay. New York, 1900 Broadway, looking north from Day Street. And I can't read the rest of it. Drop in right here. Got a third rail track here, so it's either conduit, electrical, or a cable system. There's Fred right there, in case you need Fred. There's a Mudflood drop in right there and there. Cobblestone brick road that's not melted. Tourist fields. Arched windows. Hello, Odin's Raven. Hello, Shannon. At their antenna. Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point, Shannon. Roofs are so complex we can't even repair. We can repair. The problem is that it's a hell of a lot more expensive to repair the roofs than it is to actually change the roof. So what happened was they started taking out a lot of stuff on the roofs in order, like when the roof went bad, because roofs go bad, that's what they do. Anytime you buy a roof, it's going to go bad. Just go ahead and own up to that. But what they were doing was they, instead of like fixing it back the way it was, they were doing it in a cheaper way. They were taking out things, taking windows out, taking portholes out, taking out taking out, different elements to the roof, and changing it completely. And so yeah, it's not that we couldn't do it. We could, we still can. It's just that it's very, very, very expensive. It's a lot easier to just tear it out and make it like a flat surface. See, this would be a flat surface here, right? This part here is flat, but see, what they would do is they would come in here and take these windows out. They'd be like, look, okay, we can charge you, just to give you an example, it'll be $1,000 to replace this side of the roof. But if that's if you, okay, we'll charge you $1,000 to do a flat roof, but we'll charge you $5,000 to put these windows back in. If you want these windows there, it's going to cost you 5 times more. You see what I'm saying? It's just, and what would you do? Yeah, of course I don't want to put the damn windows back in. Unless you're Rockefeller can, and even then, Rockefeller don't want to spend his money on anything. He's too busy giving away dimes. What a jackass. New York night, Broadway from 70th Street, 1900 to 1910. Of course, got Fred right here, front center. That's a subway entrance. Arches, wind catcher, portholes up here. That's why a lot of us don't even know what a porthole is, because they removed the portholes. See, when they would come in to do this roof because it went bad, almost guaranteed they're not putting those portholes back. They're not putting these windows back. They might have left these if they were made out of stone. It was easy to work around them. But these windows right here and these portholes, almost guaranteed they would have ripped those out, because it would cost so much more to fix that than it was worth. It's an economics thing. It's just ridiculous to even try to think about repairing these things. And now we're getting to where the damn buildings, the facades are just falling off, and they're so expensive to fix, and there's not enough people to actually do the work. There's boss man. That's why you have the scaffolding issue in New York. And we went over this last show, I think. Stoneball finial. And she's outside washing windows. Kind of scrubbed and kind of not scrubbed cartouche porthole. So you got these characters here holding up like Atlas. Scrubbed cartouche. Wow, that is wedding cake qualified right there. Wow. That is so unnecessary. Even the richest asshole, I don't think, would build like that. How do you think rich? Look, I've known a lot of wealthy people in my time, but I will also tell you that they are some of the tightest people with their money. How do you think they got that money? It's because they're tight asses. Philadelphia, circa 1909, Broad Street north from Walnut, with City Hall, William Penn up at the top. This is a 35-foot tall statue here, just so you know. You got a clock. Clocks are expensive. You got an eagle representing the phoenix. Just a massive building. Portholes. Creepy kids in the middle of the road. Moving on. There's Fred right there. In case you're wondering. Portholes. Techie bits on top there. Porthole. See, if they had to redo this roof, the portholes are coming off, no doubt. Because they didn't use portholes. In our world, we didn't use them. They weren't for our world. So they took them out. It's a lot cheaper to take them out. So why would you put, and who's going to miss it? Who the hell's going to miss that? I've actually found a picture, a building in at Harvard, I believe, in Cambridge, and Tartarian line right there. And I was looking at the roof, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Like, because I was looking at one picture and it would look one way, and I look at another picture, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this roof? And I realized that they had changed the roof in that way, that they had removed the windows and then placed the windows in a different way. That's what they do. They change things. And if you got to look at different pictures from different years, and you will see differences. A Phoenician head back there. Yeah, balloons and blimps like cars at one time. Maybe. I don't think it was like everybody was driving a balloon and a blimp. I mean, I don't see how they were like the most efficient form of transportation, but I see it quite possible that there was quite a few of them around. I don't think everybody had their own personal balloon though. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 1905, Pittsburgh, Wall Street, 4th Avenue. We've got a cobblestone brick road that's, well, not melted. Sorry. I know. Tourist fields. Phoenician shells. Tartarian lions, Phoenician shells, arched windows. Tourist fields. Pittsburgh Stock Exchange. I bet they regraded this road. That's something to check into. Looks like a grate here. There's a Mudflood drop in right here. Stairs going down. It's like another grate here. I don't think they're pavement lights. Let's see. There's a clock. Clocks are expensive. Arc light, stoneball finial at their antenna. I think that's about out there. Richmond, Virginia, Main Street Station. And we got Fred over here. Arched window. More arched windows over here. Smokestack. It wasn't a smokestack, but it is a smokestack now, as they say. Interesting stone wall there. Big arches. Good looking awnings. Check out that roof. Jeez, that thing's busy. Ooh. I don't even know where I don't know how you'd build that. I just don't. It's just so complicated. It's just, I don't know. That's next level. Big time. Check out these architectural urns. Clocks are expensive. This one has 4 ones for the Mandela affected folk and ether finial. Scrubbed cartouches, wind catcher windows. Huh. Springfield, Massachusetts, Weston Memorial Hospital between 1900 and 1910. We got some nice wrought iron work here. And you got kind of, windows and doors below ground for, your mud flood affected people. I myself included. Ether lights. Keystones. Arched windows back there. That wrought iron work is really quite amazing for. That can't be easy to make. Toledo, Ohio, 1905, Post Office, Madison Avenue. Cobblestone brick road that's not melted. Boss man. Arched windows and doors. Arc light. Arched windows. Ether fencing. Ether finials. Ether antenna there and there. Unscrubbed cartouche. Venetian shell. Portholes that you can see are semi-open right here. And you could open and close those and it would change the amount of airflow in a room. Big doors, arches. There's Fred. Fred's the Horse Built America. Mudflood winter down here. Creepy dude on the right. Arch windows. Kentucky. Union Station, Portland, ME, 1909. Got fountains. You got these little doodads here. Ladies in uniform. I do believe the balconies are old world, not the fire escapes. I think the fire escapes we added to the balconies, but I think the balconies are old world. There's Fred. Fred's Horse Built America. Big ass arches. Ether finial. Another ether finial. Diamond symbology. Clocks are expensive. 4 ones for the Mandela affected folk. And your ether finial to gather your ether. And that one's a cool one with a pyramid symbology on top. Ether finials there. Interesting roof work there. Not sure what's going on with that. Virginia, going aboard at Hampton Roads between 1890 and 1910. Got some top hat jackasses getting on a little boat here. Ladies in uniform. Some tall ships back there. Washington, D.C., circa 1916, an uncaptioned street scene showing a Red Cross something. I don't know. Business? I don't know. And some mudflood winters for you mudflood affected people. And some cobblestone brick road that's not melted for you Meltology affected people. And a mud flood drop-in store where you go downstairs to go into the store because, well, that makes just tons of sense right there. But then we're going to build another store above that store because that makes even more sense. Yeah, we got arch windows. Hello, Skeptic 936. Do you know Skeptic 935 or 937 by chance? Just wondering. At their fencing and finials, arched window. Got mudflood windows back there. It's kind of hard to see them, but they're there. It's like outcroppings that we've built. And Washington, D.C., 1925 Northeast Auto Exchange on H Street. Got a big old smokestack in the back that's not a smokestack. And a nice big stone wall here. Got a hard-working gentleman there. He's pointing down because he's letting us know that there is a underground here. You notice they're working here and they got this hose going down into the basement. So this is what I'm talking about, where you have these storefronts and there is a display window, and then that shelf that's above this right here that all this stuff is sitting on. Below that, it's a way to have ventilation and light go into the basement. So that's why I wanted to show you. Even though this building is not that interesting, it's just a little brick building, it has this feature even on the small building because this building was probably, well, taller. So there you go. Hope y'all like that. And I'm going to take a little break here and get something to drink. Let's see. I'm out of drink here. And I need a little something to drink. So let's check this out.
What is it? Is it treasure map?
please, no. Don't let mudflooders be flat earthers as well. Please.
All right, we're back. Me and Roscoe Pico Train got into the cookies again. We can't help ourselves. Okay. Now, what I want to do is, let's see. I want to go and look at I think it's called Iron Pipe. Let's see. Iron Pipe. Let me try to find that. No. Okay. Look. Lead pipe. Let's look at lead pipe. Lead pipe. There we go. Lead source. Okay, let me share that with you fine folks. Okay. Lead service line. Here's the thing. What I've been looking at and thinking at the last couple of days is the possibility. Now, this is just something I'm toying with in my mind. Is that maybe it started off with watching Campbell's show, and the gentleman, I can't remember the guy's name, he's talking about mercury, not the only metal that could was not dissolved by mercury. I didn't know if he said lead or iron. I guess he said iron. Okay, but I thought he said lead. But what it got me thinking about was what we call old lead pipe, and how when you find lead pipe in a old house or building, that you get rid of it because it's the lead is can lead to lead poisoning. And so it made me start thinking, like, well, what if, and I'm just farting in the wind here, the idea being, what if old lead pipe was old world, and it was used to pipe the mercury around into the buildings and the houses and everything, and maybe they piped up to the ether antennas, and maybe that somehow was how they moved mercury around. And so, anyways, I was talking to Paul Cook about this, and talked to Bernie a little bit about it, and I'll talk to Luke about it a little bit. And so here's kind of where I'm at now in this thinking. And keep in mind, this is just a work in progress. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just trying to kind of think. Okay, thinking out loud. All right. Now, when I look up lead pipe, what it leads to is lead service line. Okay. Now, this lead service line, when I started looking at it, one thing it was interesting, I don't know if it says it here, but let me see. Are lead pipes no, I don't know where I saw it, but they were saying that lead pipes lead pipe has been used for a long time, like way longer than I realized, which was one thing that was interesting. And then the next thing was interesting was they were saying that it's been known to be harmful since those times. We're talking like since Roman times, right? And then it said, it was talking about, I wish I could find it again, but it was saying that it's still a hotly debated topic. I was wondering, wait a minute. I thought it was known that lead pipe was bad. Like that, I thought that was established. And from my understanding, it's like they're still questioning it. Now here's the where it starts getting kind of interesting to me. When I was looking at this lead pipe, these images of lead pipe, I have seen lead pipe in houses and buildings and stuff, but this isn't what I was thinking of. When I was thinking lead pipe, I was actually thinking about this right here. Let me see if I can find. I was thinking more of I might have to do another search to find it real good. Well, in my mind, I was thinking what I call lead pipe was actually, keep in mind, I do plumbing, but I'm not a plumber. So I know enough to be dangerous kind of thing. Is a galvanized iron pipe. Let me see if I can, let's see. Okay. This is what I was thinking. When I thought of lead pipe, this is what I was thinking of. This is more what I run into today. And when I run into it, usually looks like this. Rusted out. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking of. And it gets really corroded. Okay. And I was wondering, okay, now see, here's the thing, that this is like an iron pipe. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe these pipes are the ones that I'm thinking of, because it looks like, and this is a weird thing, it seems like this is kind of what it looks like when it's new. It kind of it makes me wonder if there was these pipes, and then maybe what if these iron pipes were there, and then we came in and we didn't know how to make the iron pipes, so we made them out of lead, and we attached lead onto the iron pipes and replumbed it for water. And see, this is one thing that Paul made a point of, and it was a good point. He said, it's interesting, Biggs, but those pipe systems don't have a return. And what he meant by that was that the water comes in to a building or a house, but it doesn't go back out. Okay, it doesn't, there's no return. And he's right, but it made me wonder, one, did they remove the return? And two, well, what if the mercury, once it's pressurized in this piping system and then energized by the ether in the ether antennas, what if you plumbed it up to an ether antenna and piped it up and pressurized it and pumped that mercury up through that system, and then it runs through that antenna and then charges that mercury? Maybe, just maybe, that energetic flow of energy would flow back through the mercury back to wherever you needed it. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. I don't know if there's any legitimacy to this idea. It's just a thought. I'm thinking, because it seems like mercury was an important part. They took it out. They took it away we have these antennas. It seems like mercury was involved in these antenna systems. Then it's the question of, well, how did the mercury get to the antenna? Well, what would be better than a pipe? So we know that here's the thing. If we know that they had to come in later and add plumbing to get the plumbing where we need plumbing, like for toilets and showers and sinks. The question being, you can see, like, back then you would have had the walls with the plastered, you have the wood pieces that go across the studs, and then you have the plaster over that. And so it was really difficult to put a pipe in a wall. Not to mention, from my experience, and I don't know if this is the experience of most people, but when I have seen these older houses, I have run into this time and time again, that instead of just having the vertical studs every about 2 feet, they put in a horizontal stud, which means you had to go through a stud every 2 feet going up, which, believe me, that is a nightmare. So, if they had to, here's my thing. If we look at these old buildings, where is the water plumbing? When we see water plumbing that we know in a building we know originally didn't have water plumbing, where is the water plumbing? Is it outside the wall where it should be if it was added later, because they probably wouldn't have run it in the walls? Okay. Or it could be coming from the floor, because it was easier to tear up the floors and redo the floors than it was the walls. But did they run it up the side of the walls, outside the walls, or did they do that? And then there's these mysterious pipes that are in the wall. That's like, how did they get that in the wall? What I'm wondering is, do people out there know when they've been working? It's like, yes, I saw these pipes running in the wall, and I always wondered why those pipes were running in the wall. How did they get them in the wall? And I don't know. And yeah, the steam pipes could be another portion. See, I think the steam systems are old world too. So all the steam radiators that you saw, I remember seeing them very often when I was young, especially in the schools. The steam systems were still in place. So I think they still use steam, but they use it in a different way now. But the old radiators, I think those steam systems, I think they're old world. I really do. Anyways, that's kind of the about the end of the thought for the moment. I haven't had a lot of time to work on this, but I just putting it out there to see what you guys, the ideas that you have. And I guess what the point at this moment is that it's not the iron pipes, because the iron pipes would not. Now here's something really weird. I did find a video where a guy was on YouTube and he was doing an experiment, and he made a bowl out of lead. And then he took mercury. He filled, okay, this is weird. He filled it with water, and the water, I can't explain this, but the water would not seep out. And then he filled it with mercury, and the mercury would seep through the lead. So that was like, I saw that, I'm like, wow, okay. That's very interesting. Then you have to wonder if there's like some sort of way of combining metals to make a pipe that would be impermeable to mercury. I don't know. This is above my pay grade. that's what I got. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to go and let's see. Okay, we already looked at this, we already looked at that. We're gonna go and Google drop a little place called Derry. And you all might know this place. It's actually called Port Hope, Ontario. And this is where they shot the movie It. And I just thought we would go and take a little Mudflood tour of the town where they shot It and see if there's any Mudflood stuff. Oh, what's that? Get back. So I thought we'd just take a look at this little town and see what kind of interesting things can be found in Derry, otherwise known as Port Hope, Ontario. Got a coin. The Waddell. Let's run up the street and look at this place here. You'll recognize this town here in a second when I go back the other way. Matter of fact, this building was in the movie. But I just recently watched part 2. I watched part 1 a long time ago, and I just got around to watching part 2. And I normally don't like movies like that anymore. I did when I was, before I woke up, but I always liked Stephen King's books, and I grew up on It, so that the movie It and the book It, and so I just thought I'd give it at least a chance, but it was still as bad as I thought it would be. But anyways, this building was in the movie, and if you've seen the movie, then you remember this building, and this downtown area was in the movie. And this is that building that was in the movie. And I don't expect to find much here, but it's kind of cool to go look. Got some Mudflood windows here. Got some arched windows. Arched windows there. I don't expect this. I don't know if there's going to be much here, but I just thought it'd be fun to go look. Whoa, that was weird. Okay. They have really redone these shop fronts. I can tell that they have really changed what was here. So it probably looked a lot different originally. That's kind of interesting right there, how that's done. It's a simple little town, but arched windows. More arched windows. Let's go down here and see if there's anything. Let's go this way. It's always good to see the back sides. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what was that? Go back. Got a little ventilation opening right there. So there's something going on there. Probably indicates a basement. Arches. That's a cute little building right there. That's neat. It's got a lot. This little town's got a lot of character, no doubt. Let's go check that church real quick. There's a nice little church. We've got a Mudflood drop in right there. Another one right there. Mudflood windows across the side. Probably change the steeple over. Oh, let's see what we got here. I think this building might have been in the movie. Mudflood window, maybe. Yeah, I've got a window hiding behind the stairs. I normally like to hide my windows behind the stairs. Mudflood windows. I think this building was in the movie. 4 1s on the clock for you Mandela affected people. All right, let's get back up to town. We got business to tend to it uptown here. Oh, I am already lost. Which way did I go? Oh, I came this way, didn't I? Oh, wow, look at that little fella right there. Huh. All right. I don't know why, but I enjoy looking into movies and TV shows when they show interesting architecture. I like to go and try to see what I can find. And I've found some really good stuff. I've found a lot more than I've shown. I get too behind and I forget what I've done. And I've got these one of these days I'll get to these folders that I have of different, filming locations. Because I found some real jewels of filming locations. That's pretty cool right there. What are you getting? Damn, Roscoe's getting into the cookies up here again. Got a winters below ground level right there in case you need those. In Derry, going to see it. Now it lives down there in case you wonder where it lives. I remember when I read that book. When I got done reading that book, I could not sleep well for a week. Winter below ground level there. But that was, I don't know. I used to really enjoy stuff like that, like scary stuff, but I don't know. Now it's just stupid. I don't know. It just doesn't float my boat anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can see that. Damn it. Stop. There. Can you see those Mudflood windows right there? This is the best shot I can get of it. There's little Mudflood windows going right into the ground right there. Pretty cool. Looks like we're doing some renovation on this one. Looks like it's got some interesting arches though. Matter of fact, that one I think is a justifier of doing our little trick. Let's go to 2011's. Oh wait, we can go back to 2009. Oh shoot. Wait a minute. There it is. Oh, dang it. Why does it keep going off? When I hit that, it goes off. Okay. All right. So that's what it looks like. Mansard roof. It's pretty cool, huh? They've changed how that works. That's what's going to me up. Matter of fact, let's look backwards and see if it's changed much. There's some Mudflood windows right there. Okay, back to time. Okay, Mudflood windows. In case you need them. Evil technology, in case you need that. Yeah, definitely. Some of the storefronts were one big building at one time. Yes, that's definitely true. That's one of the tactics they use to hide this is they change a big building into smaller buildings. They subdivide it. Mudflood windows on that house right there. Little ether finial right there. In fact, let's shoot up. Whoa, it's not gonna let me do it. Okay, I can't go up that road. I was gonna try to go up that road and check it out, but we will have to move forward, trudge forward. Looks like we got some Mudflood windows here with some beautiful wrought iron work right there. And you can just, you could just imagine the buildings going lower. There's some Mudflood windows for you right there. 1827 to 1905. And this church, I believe, was in the movie too. Let's go up here and just kind of check out that Mudflood window right there. See, isn't this cool? You just go to this random freaking town in Canada that you had no idea even existed, even though you've seen it in a movie. And like next thing you know, you're looking at Mudflood. Like unbelievable. Just look at that. Look at that. That's an amazing structure for a small town like this. It really is. It's so overkill. Oh man. Look at that. I've actually seen one of these roofs done recently on a church. Incredible watching those guys work. I do not know how they do that. I watched them do it, and I don't know how they do it. Oh, check out these Mudflood windows back here. I'm getting a little lost here, but that's okay. This is another church. It's a whole nother church, ain't it? There's Mudflood windows right there. Look at that. Look at that. Vesica Pisces right there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Check out this little building. It looks old world. Look at the little Mudflood windows hiding back there behind the bushes. You can hide, little Mudflood windows, but we will find you. Find them too. Diamond symbology. Up here and here. I have no idea where we are. We're officially freaking lost. Little Mudflood windows there. See those little fellas right there? Yeah. Wee little Mudflood windows. All right, let's get back up this way. Looks like a little Buffalo Winters there. And a couple right here. Couple right there. Let's see, get a little bit down right. Nope, not gonna let me. Okay. All right. So I think we came this way. There's some Mudflood Winters. Let's go. I think we came from this direction. I am so lost. I gotta find back where I was. Is this right? Yeah. Okay. All right. We're back to. Okay. Oh, all right. We're a little bit lower than we were. All right. That's pretty stained glass. It's amazing what you can find on Google Earth. Mudflood Winters. There's some too. Better go look on the side over here. Make sure we didn't miss none. There's a little one there. Let's see if we can get down here. That's about all we could see. Did we look at the? Yeah, we looked at that one. Oh, wait. Little Mudflood Winter there. Okie dokie. Little Mudflood Winter there. And there's one hiding behind that bush right there. Kind of odd looking buildings. It's down this way. It was kind of newer. They have a lot of freaking churches in this town. I thought North Carolina had a lot of churches. I mean, these Canadians, they be going to church. They getting them some religion. Something going on right there. Sort of hard to see though. Definitely some old buildings here. Very interesting little town. No doubt. Wrought iron work there, and looks like some Mudflood Winters there. Well, who'd have thunk that? Get another view of that. Yeah. We got to see up there. See what's going on. Okay. Wait, what's going on here? Alrighty, I think that's about gonna be. Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, there's some cuties here. Yeah, little mansard roofs, little ether fencing up there. Yeah. Just when I was about to go say, it's about done here, I done found me some more stuff here. Oh, yeah. A little Mudflood winter there. Yeah. I think that's got to be about the gist of it. Something going on there. It's hard to tell though. Okay, I think that's about the end of. It's about good, I think. What y'all think? Y'all have your questions for Mr. Roscoe Pico Train? He's been over here nibbling on the cookies. He scored him some extra cookies while I wasn't looking. He's good like that. Say hey everybody. Say hey everybody. Don't be kissing. I won't be kissing on dogs. What's wrong with you? Nasty. You nasty. Yep. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, colleges are definitely. I look at a lot of colleges. They're, oh my gosh, the colleges are amazing. Definitely look at colleges. I've looked at so many colleges and it just incredible stuff. You don't hear a lot of people talk about colleges, but they are definitely a field of research for us. They are phenomenal. Some of them. Some of the best stuff I found has been on college campuses. I mean, seriously, absolutely. Yeah, fires everywhere. Fires. Yeah. Fires are. It's incredible how many fires there were. They do skits with the hooded monk coming out all the time. Let's see. I hadn't seen Hippie Shake here. She must be taking a night off. She deserves a night off. She worked hard. Good for Hippie. Good for Hippie. May, Odin's Raven. Y'all got any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace till next time. Because I am about ready to put the women and children in bed and go hunt for dinner. Know what I'm saying? It's about to get real up in here. Check out the University of Idaho in Moscow, Idaho. Didn't we drop in there the other day and we looked at downtown? Let's see. Let me see. Okay, that's not going to do it. Okay. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to. Okay. All right. Okay, it's not in 3D. Let's see. Administration building. That's usually juicy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Nice castle. Look at that door. I mean, come on. That's freaking ridiculous. It's not going to let me walk. Okay. Let me see what else is on the University of Moscow. Gyms are cool sometimes. Let's try that. Okay, I don't think I've got the front of the gym. Where am I? Okay, that must be the front. Like that, why does that need to be a gym? I don't like that's so weird. Is that supposed to be the handicap ramp? Let's see what else you got. Libraries are usually good. Check that. No, that's new. What else you got? Come on, I know you got something good. Sometimes the frat and sorority houses are good. Okay, those are new. All right, I'm striking out. What else have you got? Art and architecture. Well, that's got to be good. Oh, yeah. That's pretty. A pretty campus. Let's go up the road here. There's something there. Problem with this campus is it's got so much greenery, it's hard to see what's there. That's why boots on the ground is so important, because you can see things from the ground, you know, being there that you can't see on Google Earth or in old pictures or anything like that. I like finding the steam plants for the schools, because a lot of times they're old. There's something right there. Yeah. That might be. That might be it right there. That might be the old steam plant right there. Yeah, I think it is. Dang it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's definitely old. No doubt. Is there a theater? Because theaters are usually pretty cool. I'm not seeing it, but oh, where are you? So aggravating when you can't do 3D. So I can't change it into 3D. That's a 2D. I'm looking at like a 3D look with 2D imagery. It sucks. I cannot see. Like, look at that tall building right there. It looks so stupid. Like, gosh, I wish they'd get that. I don't know. I know it's just they can't do it all at once, I guess. Although they probably already have it, they just haven't released it to the public. I don't see a theater. I'm sure there is a theater. They usually have a theater, but anyways, I think that's enough of that. We saw some cool things though. The theater is newer. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some older stuff there. I think there was more than I could see. You bet there's a starport. All righty. Anybody else have any questions? Ask, and ye shall receive something. I don't know. I'll try to answer any questions. Other than that, I'm getting ready to go find me some vittles. Had a steam plant on campus. Yeah. The steam plants are really, really cool. Yeah, I'd like to know we have the Giddy House, which is pretty cool. The Giddy House. What's your favorite spots in Southern Cali? Mine personally? San Diego. I did not like Los Angeles at all. And I had probably you couldn't have had a better experience in Los Angeles when I went, because we had a personal guide, a local friend that personally took us to the hot spots, the cool places, and I still couldn't stand Los Angeles. And we went all over. We went, I spent some time in La Jolla too, but I don't know, really wasn't that. I don't know. I did like San Diego. I really liked San Diego. That was a really cool place. Giddy House. I don't know what that is. Is that a location? I've never heard of it. Giddy House. I'm typing it in. Something came up. Port Royal, Jamaica? Seriously? I'm going to drop down into it. Let's see. Is this it? A box of bricks? Is that right? It says Giddy House. You sent me to a box of bricks. Wait a minute. What am I missing? Huh. Yeah, man. They as hell. What is this thing? It's like a star fort. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cannon. Yeah. So that's the Giddy House. Must be a star fort. Let's see. Yeah, it looks kind of star forty. Yeah, it's a star fort. Fort Charles. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. I wonder if I can see the outside. Maybe no. How about there? No. Yeah, that's inside that thing. Let's try that. Huh. I don't understand why they feel that this narrative works. Like, I mean, do people really believe that these things are actual like forts that people shot at each other? And I don't know. It just seems stupid. I mean, I know I believed it too, but Gun K. It must be where the treasure's buried. Anyways. Okay. I don't see no questions. So I am going to go. Have you done a video on Store Fort in South Carolina? Are you talking about Fort Sumter? And no, I haven't done a video. I have been there several times. I have been to Charleston many times. I've slept on the Yorktown over the weekend. Did that answer the question? And I think Charleston actually was a star fort. The entire city was a star fort way back. Did that answer the question? Old Charleston down, yeah. What are portholes for? Portholes are part of the wind catcher system. A wind catcher is a system that allows the air would come in through an opening a large opening in the usually up on a tower, and the air would then move through the buildings through voids in walls, spaces like they would have like these tunnel type things that went through the building and then would pipe through out the buildings. And then the portholes were the next step on the path of the air, and you would open and close the porthole depending on what, if you wanted more or less air. And then there was also an exit, and you could the air would exit, and the idea was to get fresh air into the buildings, because in these big buildings you need fresh air. It's not as simple as it sounds to get fresh air into a building. And so they came up with the portholes. This was an old world tech. And then when we came along, we the climate had changed. It was warmer and colder. And so we needed heating and air. And so we started, at first we didn't have the air, but we had the heat. And we used the chimneys. The chimneys were also part of I believe the ventilation system. And they were part of the heating system. That's a whole nother bag. But the portholes were used to move fresh, clean air through the building. I have a video. Let me just play you. I have a wind catcher video I can play you that will, if I can find it, that will show you what a wind catcher is and how it works. Let me find that real quick. Here we go. And you see the air going into the building, and the air then moves through the building, through passages in the walls, and then it goes out of the building. Then they had a version that would go down through the top, down to the bottom, and cool through underwater cold water, and then move through the building, and it would chill the air even more, like an air conditioner. So that this is again going down and around through the passages in the building and then out. There's always an entrance and always an exit. And the portholes decided how much air was going to certain locations. And that's how it worked. Did that help? It's old world tech. And it's most of it got removed. It is still, you can still find it in a lot of castles over in Europe, still in use, and they were really complicated. The larger the building, the more complicated the wind catcher, and these fuckers were really complicated. Not in how they like how you used them, but in how complicated they actually could move air. They could change the amount of air that went to different sections of the building depending on which flaps they open and close. They were incredible. But they started taking them out. We didn't need them. And then it was old world tech, and it was just stuff they just started removing, like the portholes. They removed them because, people didn't want windows when they were fixing the roofs. They would just take the portholes were usually in the roofs. I don't know, just everything changed, especially when HVAC came in. That's when, a lot of it went away. But you can still find it here and there. I have found bits and pieces in videos, and a lot of times I find it in New York architecture videos where they're going through these old mansions in New York, like Park Avenue mansions and stuff, and they'll have these remaining remnants of it. It's pretty cool stuff. I wonder if they compressed air too. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I've been around here long enough. I'm a fan of the jet fuel hoax theory, which is, runs on compressed air. So it's an interesting thought. I'm not sure exactly how they would be using it for a building. I'm sure they breathe air. Hell, I mean, it's quite possible that not only they breathed air, but they ate air. I mean, look up breatharians. I mean, we've wondered why they didn't have bathrooms. Maybe they didn't need them. I mean, it's the simple answer. Sometimes the simple answer is the right one. Yeah, absolutely, maggot. Yeah, that's I need to put that up for you. That's a very good point. Yep. Odin's into breatharianism. Maggot says he doesn't eat. He lies. Oh. A couple leaves a day. That's it. He's a koala. Maggot's a koala bear. We've got it figured out now. Maggot is a koala bear. Oh. Yep. Mind Unveiled did a waste management video. I hadn't seen him lately. He must be deep into something. He gets real busy and you don't see him for a while. That's usually a good thing with him. It means he's working hard on something. Yep. Do glass bricks. Wait. Where'd it go? Do glass bricks have any type of gas inside? I'm fixing to get into some I found. That's a tough question. because when you say glass bricks, what kind of glass bricks? Because when you said that, automatically I thought of 3 to 4 different kinds of glass bricks, all that are completely different. You have pavement light, which is a solid glass, and you have glass block, which is a glass block that has a hollow interior. It's not gas filled. There's oh gosh, trying to think. There's I just had another one. The answer is I haven't found one that has a gas in it. So what kind of let's see. I don't see him asking. I don't know. That's an interesting. Back when we had 12 stand DNA instead of, yes, absolutely. And our DNA will be reactivating. Just so y'all know, they call the junk DNA. What they call junk DNA is not junk DNA. It's inactive DNA. It has been turned off, and it will at some point be turning back on, and then we'll see how far how long you remain in this realm. Hollow glass bricks. Structural block hollow. They use a lot more than I usually see. The glass blocks, they're about 6 by 6. Now those are a newer kind of glass block. That's a newer world, but they've got this. I don't think I've ever showed it, but they've got this old kind of glass block that's like a brick, and they built. Oh man, I'll have to show that one time. I don't think anybody's ever showed that. That's a whole nother topic. I will post what I find. They are still under the sidewalk. Yeah. Are you taking it? So it's a pavement light. It's a glass sidewalk. Now, if it's a glass sidewalk, it's well, there's so many different kinds of that too. Yeah, take pictures. I mean, I'd love to see it. I'm looking for the square pavement light with the prism on the bottom with that's solarized. I'm looking for one glass pavement light. I just want one. I've been looking for, and the last time I even saw them, they were on eBay. They were selling for $150 a glass. I just want one. I've been looking for years now. They're getting damn near impossible to find. You used to be able to find them on eBay, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Logan, I like to. I have one of these days. I'm gonna get around to releasing all the images of the pavement light videos that I've done. I've got double that I haven't released. So I have a lot of pavement light you hadn't seen. A lot. Yeah. Heineken did a square bottle so you could use it for a building. Okay. Yeah. Now, Victoria, they actually have, I believe it's a campaign where they were trying to restore the pavement lights. They were like one of the few places that, as a city, decided to restore them. The problem is that it's very expensive and they're very hard to find. So I think they've had a lot of trouble actually accomplishing what they set out to do, which was to restore them, because they're hard to find, the pavement lights, and they're very expensive. So honestly, I don't know if they ever got that accomplished. I don't know. I think it's kind of a hopeless thing because they destroyed so much of that stuff before. If you could get into the landfills and dig, and man, you wouldn't believe how much is in there. That's why I try to point it out every time I see it in the photos, even though it may be annoying, because I want you to understand how much of this stuff was actually there. We're talking entire city streets, whole main streets, all the way down, both sides, pavement light. Major cities, Broadway at one time, all pavement light. I mean, and the amount of that's just disappeared is incredible. Yeah, 3x3 squares. Yep. Seattle has a lot. Yep. Frankie, I remember when you found yours. Yep. Hey, University of Light, how's it going? What is he saying? I'm gonna put the bottoms of wine bottles in concrete. I have a picture from 1902 with it ripped out by Portland Transit Mall. Yeah. Just getting the memo. How's it going, Ann? Or we were just shooting the shit about pavement light. That's man, I tell you what, I when I first showed pavement light, like I brought that out. I thought that I couldn't believe that nobody had like found that yet. And I thought I was just kind of like, I was like really putting it out there to see like why, like I was hoping somebody would say, "Oh, you idiot. Look, this is a, this has already been found here. Look here's a video. Look here." And then I later realized that nobody had done it. So it was really cool to be able to bring something, that was original, something that was new, because I think it's really important stuff. It's really interesting if you really dig into it. It's very interesting technology. And people don't know about it. They have, and a lot of people just walked over it all their life and never even thought about it. Like, it never even crossed their mind what it was or why it was there. I mean, why would you? How often do you just walk and look down at what you're walking on? Usually, especially, in the places these places are, you're looking at the buildings and the store windows and everything like that. Yeah, I was just telling folks that those pavement light documentaries I did, I mean, I have double what I've put out. Because see, I've been collecting information both pictures and videos and data ever since I did that documentary. I did that documentary like in 2019 or 2020, something like that. And I've been collecting information ever since that. And the problem is that every time I go to work on it to get it to a form where I can put it out, I find more stuff and it puts me more behind. It's almost like I'm to the point I just need a data dump because there's so much. There's too much, but it's all good, man. You know, the other channels, they mention it here and there. The problem is that most of them are like, they know that I did that, and they kind of like, well, BEAGS did that already, you know, and they're like, okay, it's like they feel like I did a good enough job that they don't need to look into it. But I wish they would, because what if they look into it and they find more stuff or new stuff or have different opinions, or, you know, I'd like to hear different views. And I haven't seen that yet, but they do touch on it. I've heard probably everybody touch on it, but after I touched on it. So it means, I think the one person that might have said just something about it was Philip Drusden, but he was more kind of in passing. Oh, look at these glass sidewalks. I mean, it's like he kind of saw it and passed over it. Now he's gone back and said more since, but still not that much. But I think he may, and I didn't even see what he had done until later. I just ran across it later, but I don't think he ever did anything with it. I don't, you know. I just think it's really important. I think that's important. I think viaducts are important. I try to focus on the how did they, if this thing happened, how did they cover it up? You know, how did they hide it from us? How did they deal with it? I don't know. That's kind of where I kind of try to focus it. That's where I feel I can be useful in this. Like, I'm not the kind of person like, okay, like Luke, he can go and he can read hour and hour and hours of looking for the word Tartaria in books. I can't do that. That'd drive me up the damn wall. I don't have the, it just doesn't interest me to find every, but we need people to do that. You know, there's people that are going to do that, and that's great, but that's not what I want to do. It's not my thing. I can't do that. I'd rather just watch him do that. That way I can do what I like to do, and he can do what he likes to do. We all have a place here. Only do what? Only conquerors look at footpaths. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. You know, I don't know the guy's name, but there's a guy's channel. Oh, I don't know his name, but he's on YouTube, and he makes videos about masonry. He's a really, really intelligent mason, and he goes into great detail about stone and brick, and he is very knowledgeable. And I sent him a question asking him about the natural cement business that, you know, was it Conspiracy RS was looking into, because this guy would have had the perfect viewpoint on that. And he came back and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, well, here's the video. Why don't you go watch this and let me know what you think? And he did not respond. I'm like, damn, man. This is what that's so aggravating. Glass house in BC made out of formaldehyde bottles. People hung all the remnants of bottles over years. That's wild. I would love another document and feel that it is something you could. So like more DVDs. I don't care to make money on this. It's not. I didn't set out to make money on this. It really doesn't generate money, and I just don't care. I want to bring you guys what I find, the research that I find. I don't, I watch so many people, that I know that are trying to make a living on this, and they live and die by these, the sub counts and the donations and the Patreons and the money that's generated, and it's it's just that's not what I want to do. I don't ever want to be motivated by financial gain for what I'm doing here, even if it means I don't make enough to pay for doing this. So it just don't even. It's more important that I help, this research to me. That's worth more than any money. Why are you in my face? You see I'm up here talking to the public. Do not kiss me. I don't kiss on dogs. So, yeah. If I'm going to put something out, it's going to be for free. I just don't feel like that's something I want to do. Now, I'm not putting down, there's a lot of other people that, they do want to make money on it. And more power to them. I'm all for free market, go for it. I wish you all the luck, and I hope that, I'll help you. I'll I try to help other creators for their channels to help them boost their funds. But it just doesn't mean it doesn't motivate me. It's not my motivation at all. I'm sorry. Plus, I don't want to be concerned about, like, if I say the wrong thing, that I'm gonna piss off somebody and they're gonna jerk the funding. I don't have that problem. Jerk the funding. Fuck, I care. I don't, I'm gonna say it how I see it, and that gives me a certain ability that others don't have. The question was, what was the system underground that automated the lighting at night, or was the light on all the time? Are you? I might be misunderstanding the question. If we're talking about pavement light used sunlight to shine down through the glass and then it prismed the light into the building underneath. There was no light at night. It did not produce light. It passed light and changed the angle of the light. There's a lot of new channels starting. Yeah. This dog is spoiled. Don't let him fool you. He's a spoiled son of a bitch. He gets too much attention. He's sitting in my lap right now. He's y'all don't see it. He's very comfortable right now. Trust me. Never heard of viaducts. Yeah, that's another claim. I claim viaducts. Definitely. Yep. Bread and entertainment. Yeah, viaducts they're getting they're coming out more and more. Yep. Yeah, I'd love to interview Conspiracy RS. I've been watching like in all his stuff I watch. Except I will admit I don't watch the clown documentaries he does. It's just too the I try to stay away from the daggone the dark entity parts of the research. Just no, that's nothing against him. It's just I just personally just rather, I know they're there. I know all about that. I just don't want to give them any light or time. Yep. Yep. Hey, Miss Anarchy. Campbell be very busy fixing fences. Still wear rags. That's what I want. The integrity of what I'm doing. Yeah. That's more important, I think, than, yeah, and that's great. I'm really happy that you guys are supportive of all the channels, and I think it's wonderful. And there's channels like Paul Cook. If y'all didn't fund Paul Cook would not be able to do the traveling and the investigations that he does. So, for somebody like Paul Cook, it's a big deal. So yes, definitely, support. Absolutely. And Campbell, I mean, he's trying to do everything he can to bring, content and I mean, these guys, they need you. And I definitely support these guys. If you can, they'll still be there. They appreciate it. I know they appreciate it. They really do. That's what I was asking. So no light blue. Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's just a piece of glass. Imagine a piece of glass. And the sun shines through it. And then when the sun goes through, it's got a prism on it. And then it goes at a 90-degree angle and shoots under the building. Now, the originals didn't have prisms, and all they did was let light in, and they weren't as bright. Yeah. And well, thank you, Skeptic. I appreciate it. I'm still trying to, I have this shirt in my mind I want to make. I just don't know how to get it made. I need an artiste, and I don't have the artistic talents to do what I want to do. It's probably really simple, but I don't know. I talked to Artadino about it, and he was like, "Oh, okay, that doesn't sound too like." He acted like it. Oh, that's not that hard. I'm like, okay. What's a good editing program? Yeah, I'm not the right person to ask that question. Look, you've got Microsoft, right? Okay. You've got Windows. You got Microsoft Windows, right? Go to Photos, Microsoft Photos, and download get the Microsoft Photos has a video editor. And get the video editor extension. And that is a wonderful free video editor to do very simple editings. And if you need to do a little bit more elaborate stuff, you can use the Microsoft Video Movie Maker to do a little bit more. You can pay for the service and get even more. But I keep it simple, stupid, because I'm OCD. So if I got a fancy video editor, you'd never get anything because I would spend all my time making it perfect. So I keep it simple, stupid. That's why you'll never see me do like elaborate video editing in my videos, because if I started doing that, we would never get anything done. What are viaducts? Watch my video, Viaducts of Atlanta, and that'll explain that. There was the other thing I was going. Oh, and Masonic Q, and Ann Pearson, you maybe can remember this. I made a video for you a while back. It's on my YouTube channel of how to make a YouTube video slideshow or something. And it's on my channel, and it actually will walk you step by step how to do it. And Anne wanted to know that, and I made her that video so she could learn how to do that. Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's bizarre stuff. The Nephilim and all that, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that was very strange. The babies thing reminded me of the Cabbage Patch Baby thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Viaducts of Atlanta. That video should be a lot bigger, but YouTube clamped it. It went to the first week, it went to 7,000 and then went flatlined. And I think it's maybe 9,000 now, but it's been out. I mean, it literally, I can show you the analytics. It literally the first week went to 7,000 straight up in the air and then just went flatlined at the end of the week. Just literally boom. I mean, they clamped the shit out of that video. I don't know what in the world. That's the only time they've ever released me out of the gate. The only time. And I don't know, they clamped that sucker hard, and it is stayed clamped. You can search YouTube and you won't find that video. You have to know. You have to search Atlanta, Viaducts of Atlanta. You can't search it. You're not gonna find it searching viaducts. It's just the way it is. Let's see. Seems like controllers really have access to lock our minds, to not realize things. I think there was a sort of mind wipe in 1944. The data from early 1900s seems loose narrative. That doesn't add up. I mean, I've said it again and again, is that I believe in 1943 during the Philadelphia experiment, they changed, lack of better words, the matrix. They changed the time. They moved things around. They changed buildings. They changed histories. I think a lot of answers lie in that time frame, because when you get to 1944 and beyond, there's a change. The whole world changes, and the further you go past that point, it's like it normalizes to what we have today. But right at that point, if you look at history before that point, it's like one way, and then it changes, and it's people think, oh, it's because of the war. I think that's one reason they had the war, was to do this change. I guess I'm saying I agree with you, just in my way. Does that make sense? What you wanting, Biggs? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember. Check Malta on Google Earth. Most beautiful star forts anywhere I've seen. Hey, Morning Glory. Yeah, we'll have to bring this star fort up thing next show. We'll go look at it then. I've got to get on to bed. I've got to get up in the morning. I don't have any logo. This is one thing that when I was originally setting everything up, that I didn't do any kind of marketing merch, I guess, with a logo, a Stuffed Beagle logo, because I didn't want it to be about the person or the beagle thing. I just wanted it to be about the ideas, and so there's no Stuffed Beagle merchandise, not with a beagle. There's Mudflood and Tartaria and stuff like that, but not Flat Earth Asterix, but no beagles. I mean, I could easily do that, but it's just not. I purposely don't want to sell. I'm not selling myself here. You know what I'm saying? I guess is the point. Microsoft Photos video editor extension. Yep, that's it. I've got a mural in my van, and all I want Tartarian building on the other side. I can't find anyone. I tried Calcutta and it was confusing. Yeah. Yep. I don't remember what that video was called in. I don't know. It's out there somewhere. Dark stuff going on around, and I'm one that doesn't bury my head in the sand to ignore. Thank for those clown videos of his. Yep. Oh, they're very interesting videos. It's just I just don't focus on that stuff. But all his other stuff I love. I watch every bit of it. That's the one thing that I don't watch. And I'm sure he'd understand t-shirt design. Yeah, I don't have any stuffed beagle merchandise. None. I have merchandise in the Teespring store, but it's not stuffed beagle. Like there's no beagle logos, is what I'm saying. So unique time shift. Time is not linear. Yeah. Yeah. That's my thought. I mean, Michelle Gibson, she thinks the same way about that. We both it's been so long now. I can't remember if it seems like the way I remember it, that she came up with the Philadelphia experiment connection, but I had already come up with in my own research that it was around 1942 that there was this change, but it was actually in 1943, I believe, when the Philadelphia experiment. So it was like we were looking at the same issue at the same time, and we both were like, oh, okay, yeah. You know, it was like, I don't know. That's weird about this, how this research goes together. Because if you look at the stuff, you know, hard enough, you'll start seeing these things. But I don't even know if that's how it went down. It might have been a reverse of that. I don't even know. I just know that we both agree on that point. And there's not a lot of people that talk about that. I think a lot of people haven't gone there yet, and that's okay. Good night, Skeptic. Now, I'm gonna be heading out here soon. I got to get on to the beagle shit. I have an image of that in a way. I do actually. Deep purple is nice in a pavement glass, though. Deep purple is a solarized pavement glass. That is the old stuff. And you could do it. Maybe do a video on it sometime. I forget what you're talking about. People gives it sort of. Yeah. Oh goodness. All right, guys. I gotta get on to the I gotta get on. I gotta get up in the morning. I got chicken cooping to do. So I appreciate all of you hanging out, and I hope you learned a little something, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves talking to your friends and foes in the chat room, and we'll be back as soon as possible, and I'll probably jerk Luke's chain and you know, get him kicked into gear again. We seem to have a good rapport, and we have a good time talking. And I think it's important for the newer generations and the older generations to try to communicate and try to work out issues, because you can see the differences between us. But the idea is that we need to talk through these things, and he can teach me things and I can teach him things, because, you know, even though, you know, he's a smart kid, there's a lot he needs to learn. And even though I'm an old fuck, there's a lot I need to learn too. So, we'll get back to that soon. I sure appreciate everyone, and I thank you for hanging out with me, and we will see you very, very soon. Love, Biggs.
woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
It's a mystery! It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma! Don't you get it?
Welcome to the underground.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.
Are you like a crazy person?
I talk and I can see it in their faces. People think I'm a lunatic.